All right, let's jump right in. Today, we are cracking the code on the hidden dangers of our modern lives. But hey, this isn't about scaring you, it's about arming you. We're going to lay out a simple, clear blueprint for health, showing you how a few small, smart choices can add up to a much longer, more vibrant life. Our source material really doesn't pull any punches. It kicks off with this incredibly powerful statement. An unhealthy lifestyle is the hidden killer. You see, it's not some big, dramatic event. It's the collection of all our little daily habits that are quietly chipping away at our well-being. And that's the core problem we're going to dismantle today. So, before we can even think about solutions, we've got to understand the enemy, right? What exactly is this hidden killer? Well, it turns out it's woven into the very fabric of our modern lives. And there it is, laid bare. It's the sum total of our small, seemingly innocent choices every single day. What we eat, when we go to sleep, how much we move or don't. The real danger isn't in any single choice, but in how they add up day after day, leading directly to some of the biggest health challenges we face. Okay, so we've sized up the problem. Now let's start building our blueprint for a solution. And the foundation for everything? It's always what we eat. The source gives us 5 simple golden rules that can totally reframe your relationship with food. Let's walk through these because some of them are genuinely surprising. First up, time. So simple. Eat when your body says it's hungry, not just because the clock says it's noon. Second, order. Now this is brilliant. You start with rough foods like fruits and veggies to kind of prep your digestive system. Then come the grains and finally the proteins. Third, combination. This one is a real challenge, I'll admit. Aim for 35 different types of food a day. And we're talking about everything. Herbs, spices, you name it. 4, speed. Just slow down. It helps your digestion and gives your brain a chance to realize you're actually full. And number 5, quantity. This one is so key. You want to front load your day with calories. And really, the big idea behind all of these rules is quality. Think of it as upgrading your fuel. You want to move away from all that convenient, highly processed stuff, which is basically a trap for chronic illness, and instead choose foods that are as close to their natural state as you can get. Now let's get into some specific and honestly kind of surprising advice. These are the common food traps that so many of us fall into without even thinking about it. Hey, remember rule number 5 about quantity? Here it is, summed up perfectly. Breakfast like a king, lunch like a prince, dinner like a beggar. It makes so much sense. Our digestive systems are fired up and ready to go in the morning. A huge dinner just sits in our gut all night, while a big breakfast actually fuels our entire day. But hold on, breakfast like a king doesn't mean just any old heavy breakfast. The source points out that these common choices are actually traps. Why? Well, because greasy, high-fat, or super sugary foods demand a ton of energy to digest. That causes a blood sugar spike and then a huge crash, leaving you tired right when you need to be focused. And the worst trap of all? Yeah, skipping it completely. Now this is fascinating. Check out this take on fruit. It's all about the timing. Eating fruit in the morning, it's golden. It digests easily, gives you energy. But eating fruit late at night? The source literally calls it garbage because it can just ferment in your gut and cause problems while you're trying to sleep. And here's another super simple but powerful rule. Try to minimize the 3 whites. You can think of these as foods that have been industrially stripped of all their good stuff, like fiber and nutrients. Sure, they give you a quick hit of energy, empty calories, but then they put a huge burden on your liver and kidneys to process with almost no nutritional payback. Okay, so we've spent a lot of time talking about what goes in our bodies, but now we're going to shift to a concept that our source says might be even more important. What comes out? This is all about your body's natural in and out rhythm. I know this might sound a little strange at first, but think about it. If your body can't get rid of waste efficiently, toxins build up, and that is a one-way ticket to getting sick. Proper elimination is really the foundation of a clean internal environment. So our body has 4 main highways for getting rid of waste, and all of them need to be running smoothly. We've got to sweat through exercise, breathe deeply, stay hydrated for urination, and of course, maintain regularity with bowel movements. If one of these highways gets clogged, the whole system gets backed up. And you know, this whole rhythm thing isn't just about digestion. It's about your entire 24-hour cycle. A messy, irregular sleep schedule throws everything out of whack. It weakens your immune system and just paves the way for chronic disease. That old saying, early to bed, early to rise, it is more critical than ever.
Okay, so we've covered what we eat and our daily rhythms. The next piece of our health blueprint is all about getting active, both in body and in mind. This is about moving your body to free your mind.
And the great news is, this doesn't have to be some huge, complicated thing. The source boils it down to this one simple number: 30 minutes of brisk walking, just 4 times a week. That's the baseline. That's all it really takes to keep your heart and lungs healthy and happy. This quote just perfectly nails the choice we all face. It basically translates to, if you say you don't have time to exercise now, you'll be forced to find time to be in the hospital later. It's such a stark reminder. You either pay now with a little bit of sweat, or you will absolutely pay later with your health. But it's not just that you exercise, it's also how you do it. The source has some really smart practical tips. Try to exercise in the morning, not late at night. Get outside for fresh air instead of just breathing recycled gym air. Focus on being consistent, not being a weekend warrior. And here's an interesting one. For a lot of people over 30, brisk walking is actually a safer, more sustainable choice than jogging. And just as important as physical movement is mental stillness. We live in this world of busy, lost, and blind. The source says that just taking 10 minutes a day for yourself, for real leisure, not just zoning out in front of a screen, is the best way to release all that pressure and reconnect with what actually matters to you. So we've talked about diet, rhythm, exercise, and even relaxation. But there is one final crucial ingredient in this blueprint for health that ties it all together. And honestly, it might be the one you least expect. This is such a profound idea, isn't it? A truly healthy life requires a healthy mind. And a healthy mind is one that's curious, that's active, that's always learning. The argument here is that a commitment to lifelong learning is what truly qualifies us to live a long and fulfilling life. So in the end, there is no magic pill. Health is an integrated lifestyle. It's a blueprint that you build piece by piece. It's about what you eat, how you move, when you rest, and, how you continue to learn. So the final question is for you. Looking at this blueprint, what is one small thing you can learn or change this week to start building?